today we're gonna talk about 3 things that you can look at to find winning stocks. That's right, we in a time right now where everybody looking for what's the winning stocks trap. Now listen, you don't always have to be in the NVIDIAs and the high flyers, the SMCIs. There's a certain recipe that winning stocks have. And I want today to talk about those 3 things. So before we get into it, I want you to like, I want you to subscribe, and I want you to share this. And then at the end of the video, after you watch it, man, I want you to go on and use your fingers and leave something in the chat. Let's go. All right. The first thing we're going to talk about when it comes to finding winning stocks is only invest in stocks that have a competitive advantage. I know we said that, but we're going to break down. We done heard that before. Competitive advantage, competitive advantage. But for the everyday investor, for the new investor trap, how do I know what the heck a competitive advantage is? All right. So we're talking about something that gives your company an edge or that it factor compared to its peers. Now I'm going to break it down. I'm going to give you 3 things. 1, branding power. So when you think about branding power, what is a company? You hit a name, you know, bam, okay, this is something. Think Apple, branding power. Google, branding power, right? And it is possible that a company has more than one type of competitive advantage. Another one I like is high switching costs. Right? So what does it cost you to move? What is the inconvenience or the trouble that it will cost a person to move or a company to move from one thing to another? I like to look at like cybersecurity, right? Cybersecurity. Think about like CrowdStrike, right? Think about a company like CRM, right? Salesforce, right? Like for a company to move from that company to another company, it is really hard. Think about Apple. Again, Apple users, like you so embedded into that Apple cloud, it's an inconvenience for you to move. But my favorite one is pricing power. Pricing power is the power that a company has that it can increase its prices and not lose customers. That's right. So those are my big 3, but just in that one category. That's right. We're going to break down 3 categories that you should look for. So the first one is what? Competitive advantage. We talking about branding power. We talking about a company just by the brand name alone. Meta, branding power. That name already says something to you. 2, high switching costs. What is the inconvenience that it costs a company to switch from this brand? So a company like CRM, Salesforce, they do all the back end work for companies. So a company leave from them, they're like, man, that's tough. Think about another company, ADP. Right? A data processing company. Like, you got all my data. You doing all my payroll. You doing all that. This with the job claims. Companies don't want to leave from that. It's a lot. And again, a company like CrowdStrike, they're protecting you with security. Next, industry structure. All right, now this one's going to be a little deep for you. There are certain industries that the way that they set up and their infrastructure is set up, the majority of the companies inside of that industry have what we like to call high ROIC. What is ROIC? It is return on invested capital. So let me say this. Any company that you can get a high ROIC on, and specifically higher than a 10, is telling us that the company can take some money, go put it out there in the field, and that money gonna come back double, triple, whatever, right? High ROIC. Now, some industries are set up that way. Some of the industries that we know for sure, technology. A lot of technology companies have high return on invested capitals, and the reason is because that technology that they be putting out there, 1, they have pricing power with it as well, so that's giving them great profits, and then the company is now taking those profits and going to distribute it to bring more money in the company outside of the core business product. All right, number 2 is pharmaceuticals. Listen, the upsell that they doing on these pharmaceutical products is bar none the best I've ever seen. Listen, they act like it's a drought everywhere. Listen, the pharmaceutical companies, now here's the thing about that. They use a lot of money to create the product. But once the product comes to market, the price increase is outlandish. You feel me? Like once they use a lot of money to create the product, but once that product comes to market, it's a done deal. Next one, software. Any type of software company. So we going from not just information tech, but software companies. Software like Alphabet, software like Microsoft, ServiceNow, right? These software companies have high return on invested capital. Now, I'm gonna give you a sleeper. The beverage companies, Celsius, Coca-Cola, they have great high on return on invested capital. And the reason why, because you look at companies like Coca-Cola, they not only sell the product itself, but they also sell the syrup and they sell the package. So they'll have one where it's called bottled and then one called a sweetener section. These beverage companies have high return on invested capital. So now we talked about infrastructure. So another thing for you would be to look for companies or in industries that have high return on invested capital. We're talking about industry structure. And the third group that we like to look for, this group here is like kind of one of my favorites, outside of just a competitive advantage, is sustainability. The way that a company is sustainable and is important is you want a company that ain't going up and down, they good. You want a company that's sustainable, that has sustainable profits with growth, sustainable products with growing consumers. One of the ways to do that is through mergers and acquisitions. What is a company you know that did a lot of mergers and acquisitions? Meta. Meta bought more companies in a 5-year span than any other company. Why? Because how do you think you get Instagram? How do you think you get Messenger? How do you think you get WhatsApp? These are companies that Instagram bought. These are companies that Facebook bought, Meta bought to do what? Spread their market share. It's the second thing we're gonna talk about, and expand their solutions. That's right. A company with M&A is one thing. Mergers and acquisitions, buying their competitors because their competitor may be a threat, or they may provide another product that will look good. It's like being Optimus Prime, right? Like being Optimus Prime. So the next one is increasing market share, meaning they start to demand more of the market share. They start to bring in more clients. Think about it. A lot of people don't like Apple, but Apple makes up 71% of the smartphone market share. They make up 71% of the smartphone market share. They dominate that, right? When you think about leisure wear, right? Nike dominates that athletic wear. Nike dominates that. Don't get me wrong, I love Lululemon. That is my pick of the litter, Lululemon. But you got so many other players coming, but Nike dominates that. And another one is expanding solutions, right? They're expanding on the things they are solving. What do you think about a company like that? Amazon. Started off selling books. From books, they went to selling everything from A to Z. And in case you didn't know, the arrow on Amazon is from the A to the Z. That's what the arrow means. We sell you everything. We sell you everything from A to Z, right? Then what did they do next? They got into healthcare. Once they got into healthcare, they went to buying Pill Pack. They went to buying One Medical. They bought Whole Foods before, but they bought Whole Foods so they could have a stationary place to sell you the medicine. Then Amazon gets in so many other things. They got Amazon Web Service, AWS, and you don't even know that that's the biggest web service in the game. So they got AWS, and they're gonna keep on expanding. They're gonna keep on getting into other industries, and this is truly gonna be a game changer. So let's just do a reboot right quick. Amazon, we talk about sustainability. We want companies that do M&A. That's how they have sustainability. They have increased market share, and they're expanding their solutions. The next one we're talking about is industry structure. You want to invest in industries with high return on invested capital. That is key. You're going to look for that. There's 11 sectors in the market. Work your way through them. In order to be great at this game, you're going to have to be willing to do some research. You got to do some homework and some reading. And the last one was competitive advantages. We're talking about branding power. We talking about high switching costs, meaning how hard is it for a company to switch from this company to another company? And the last one is pricing power. What companies do you know that can keep charging people, raising the prices, and not losing customers? Look, man, I hope this was so beneficial to y'all. You know, the goal for us is just to keep giving y'all game, keep showing y'all how to play this game, navigating you through it. I'm gonna need you to do a little homework though, and rock with me, because everything ain't always gonna be easy peasy, like my daughter would say, right? So like this video, subscribe this, let's talk in the chat, tell me how you feel about it. Listen, make sure you are checking out our live show, Trapping Tuesdays, each and every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern time on the Wall Street Looks Like Us Now network. That's our other YouTube channel. It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper. Salute.